Hey everyone, welcome back to Projects with Paul. Today we're doing a little work on a buddy of mine's skid steer brush cutter. We're basically giving it an overhaul. The stump jumper on the bottom was completely destroyed. I'll show you that. The blades were pretty bad shape, and at the very end we found a leak in the gearbox, and it's cracked. So we're going to try to weld that up today. So let me show you what this pan looked like. This is the old stump jumper here. That's supposed to be round all the way around there. And this 1-inch bar, it's supposed to have this little bend here, but from one side to the other, it's off about 1/4 inch, so it's bent. So we got a new pan. There's a pan. We already had it on once, but then we discovered a leak, so we had to pull it back off. So we got the new pan, or stump jumper, blade carrier, whatever you want to call it. And a little bright over here, but these are the blades, and turned out pretty good after I sharpened them. And this thing's basically built just like a tractor bush hog, but it's hydraulically driven instead of PTO driven. So we got the gearbox off. I'll take you over here and show you the crack in the gearbox. Alright, this is the gearbox. I got it up here with the tractor on a pallet. And let me grab a light. I don't know if you can see that crack or not, but there's a crack probably 2.5 to 3 inches long that runs right around that radius where the gearbox is. Yeah, it's hard to see. So it's cast iron, but it's good cast iron, and we're gonna try and weld it up with a MIG welder. But the trick to doing that is you need to preheat the metal. So I've got a little propane torch here, and we're just gonna warm it up. It's not gonna be red hot or anything like that. So I'm gonna get it set up to weld, and we'll get the torch on it, get it hot, and then once I feel like it's hot enough, we'll go ahead and hit it, and basically I'm gonna fill in that radius there, make a nice bead across there to seal up that crack. And I may end up putting a gusset on it to strengthen it up a little bit as well. So let me get set up and we'll get going on that. Smell the oil burning out of it. I was afraid that might happen, draw the oil up into the crack with the heat. I got to get all that out of there before I weld, or it won't work. Alright, I can see I'm going to have to heat this and clean this a couple times, so let me do that a few times and then we'll get to welding on it. Probably hit it with the wire wheel one more time before I weld it. not the prettiest weld, but we'll hit it with the wire wheel, go over it a couple times. It's kind of hard to see. Alright, I'm going to keep at it. Alright, here's what we ended up with. Went around and fixed all the little holes and anywhere it looked like it was cracked. It's big and it's ugly, but it's cast iron, so as long as it don't leak, we'll be in good shape. Alright, I'm going to flip it over and get some oil in it and see if it leaks or not. Alright, I got the gearbox turned over. I got it filled up with oil to the proper level. There's a little plug right there. I had it out and filled it up through the main cap till it come out of the little plug there. And so far it's dry as a bone under here where it was leaking before when I had oil in. As soon as I put oil in, it just started running out of the crack. And this is dry, so we're gonna go ahead and reinstall it, and hopefully it'll remain that way. It'll hold until it doesn't, so get it over there and get it reinstalled and get everything put back together. I have some welding to do on the brush cutter itself. It's got a bunch of cracks in it, so we'll get it all reassembled and we'll bring it over here and do some welding. Alright, I got the gearbox bolted back on. And I got the stump jumper bolted back on. Got the nut tight, got a cotter pin in it. Next we'll hook up the hydraulic pump. All right, got all the blades back on, gearbox bolted up, hydraulic pump bolted up. Give you a look at the bottom here. All right, so these are approximately 11 to 1,200 pounds, and with the proper ballast, the ballast box, almost 800 pounds there. With the proper ballast, this Branson 2515 has no problem picking this thing up. Bounces a little bit, but the tires don't come off the ground. So we're going to take it over to the container, fire up the welder, get this thing finished up. Alright, we're pretty much done with this thing. Put a little paint over the welds. They're big welds, but it's real heavy metal, 1/4 to 3/8 thick. But I got all the cracks welded up. That whole seam was pretty well cracked. Some places worse than others. But I think she'll hold for a while. So far, there's no fluid leaking from where the gearbox was cracked at. We got it welded up pretty good. All right, that pretty much wraps it up. Thanks again for watching Projects with Paul. We'll see you next time.